Good evening from Bangladesh. This is your host is speaking now. I'm Toufiq Zohur. Today, our episode number is 178, and title of our program today is The World of Poetry Recitations in Poet Voice, Part 58. Today, 27th August, Sunday. Now it is Bangladesh time in 9:09 p.m. Today, from 10 countries, we have invited 20 renowned poetess and poets. They will recite their poem today, and today we are listening around the world. There are so many people are waiting because last 1 month we did not do any international poetry cultural program in our live show. So very much eagerly the peoples are waiting to listen their poet, poetry. So today we have a slogan from the very beginning: the sky of poetry is one, and we are also believe that the poetry has no boundaries. Today we will start our this program from United States of America, that is Dr. Gita Mohanty. Today, uh, as the studio is very much full, our another poet Alexander Rozalia Aleksandrova is waiting in backstage. Very soon she will join also with us. So first of all, I am inviting Dr. Gita Mohanty from United States of America. Now I am introducing one of the important poetess who is from United States of America. She is poetess Gita Mohanty. By profession, she is an assistant biology professor in USA, PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, that is ITT, Bombay, India, and postdoctorate from McGill University, Montreal, Canada, in environmental science and engineering. She is a passionate poetry writer with a compassionate heart and beautiful mind. She has written more than 1,500 poems so far, and many are published in various online poetry forums, platform, literary web magazine, e-journal, and several anthologies. Poetry to her is an inner conversation with her own soul, who believes in free flowing and spreading smile across. She also likes painting, photography, reading, philosophy, and interacting with nature. She is motivated in serving the unprivileged and presently working for the visually impaired with economically challenged students, college and university, higher education support, and their self-sustains. She believes unconditional love and compassion are the most elegant characteristic of a true being. Now, I am inviting Honorable Poetess Dr. Gita Mohanty to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Hi. Good morning, good evening, dear all from different part of the world, and thank you so much, dear Tawfiq, for your wonderful introduction of mine. I'm humbled and honored. It's a privilege to be here on this platform with all those amazing poets and poetess across the world. So I'm excited to hear them all and going to recite mine too. Hopefully, the readers and the uh, all the readers and the listeners today would be liking our recitations. So, being said that, the title of my first composition is A Drop of Agony. I kept a drop of my agony as a dewdrop in the eyes of winter. Please don't step on it, my dear. And if it sparkles with sunshine, considering a diamond, also avoid the temptation to pick it up, my dear. Let it be as it is in the eyes of the winter. I kept a load of my silence on the half closed eyelids of the aging night, Please, don't wake up the night. The fragile silence may fall apart. You may create a pain in night's heart. So, my darling, dear, please don't attempt that. I kept some of my incomplete sleeps in the evening sky of the horizon. Please don't paint your imagination. The incomplete dream may wake up in the touch of your weight paints emotion. Dear, my dear, please let it be on its own. I kept a condensed pain in the dark condensing cloud. Please don't sow me your concerns uncontrollably. They may fall as showers. Please don't pamper me, my dear. I have hidden an unsaid emotion deep down in the abyss of my mind's ocean. Please never visit to its shore. The waves may disclose my heart. Please don't pay attention to their whispers, my dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Dr. Gita Mohanty, for your beautiful starting.
Thank you.
From United States of America, now I am going to Saudi Arabia to invite Honorable Poet Nasser Al-Sheikh Ahmed. Now I am introducing one of the important poet who is from Saudi Arabia. He is poet Nasser Al-Sheikh Ahmed. He is a Saudi Arabian bilingual poet. He writes poems, short story in Arabic and English language. He went to school at Sonoma State University in California, United States of America. Although his field of study is far away from literature, but his soul is immersed in poetry and writing. He is a member of allpoetry.com, Soul Asylum Poetry, Radio IPF Anthology, publishing Poet Without Border, Horatius Polyglots. His poetry has been published and will be published in poetry anthologies and different literary magazines, poetry anthologies like Horatius Polyglot, The Quilt Ink, and Will Song poetry magazines like Petroska, Nastamba.com, Sindhikuria.com, PolishMagazino.org. He has translated from English to Arabic several poetry's work for poets from USA, Japan, Australia, and published his translations in local journal. He has been published one poetry book in Arabic in 2013. Title of the book is Arafa, published by Arabian House for Science and Publishing. Now, I am inviting poet Nasser Al-Sheikh Hamid to present his first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toufiq. Thank you, brother. Well, I have published a second book released just recently, a week ago, called Whispered Vows. It's in Amazon, USA, if you guys are interested, under my name. Now I'm going to read you my first poem in Arabic. على حسب الريح تجذبني الريح وتنثر أحلامي قبل من الورد لأطياف من البنفسج تسكن فوق الماء وتسلم ملامحي للأثير للمطر للسهول القريبة للصوت القادم في الهواء وحين تنام الشمس تسقط أوراق اللبلاب وتسبح الغيمات في السماء ويشتعل العشق في خافقي وترحل حروفي ولغة بوحي وتندس في حكايات الشتاء فتعود محملة بالأشواق وتنتشي في جنون وبين أناملي تسيل بسخاء هناك على حسب الريح يراودني حدس ويستبيح المطر هواجسي ويوقظ في نفسي ما يشاء. End of poem. Brother, I'm gonna
Thank
read
you
you a
very
second.
much.
Do you
Thank
want
you.
a second poem or one poem?
You will read another poem in second session.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Nasir Alshaikhahmed, for your beautiful starting. Also, now I am inviting from Turkey to Honorable Poetess Turkan Ergor. Now, I am introducing one of the most important poetess who is from Turkey. She is Turkan Ergor. She is a sociologist, philosopher, writer, poetess, columnist, art photography model, ambassador for peace, world peace icon. She was born in 19th March 1975 in the city Kanakali, Turkey. She is from city Izmir, Turkey. She graduated from the Department of Sociology, Philosophy, Business Management, and Home Management at Anatolian University. Her article, story, and poems have been translated different languages and published many international anthologies and magazines, newspaper. She was selected International Best Poet 2020, also selected International Best Author, Writer, Poet 2021. She got some prestigious awards like Zheng Nian Cup 2023, National Literary First Prize by Beijing Awareness Literature Museum, Crimenon Base by Ismail Gasprinsky Science and Art Academy, 14K Gold Pen Award by Escritores Sin Frontiers Organization Intercontinental Paramount Sultan of the Philippines S.M. Sultan Murad and S. Ampa, and His Excellency Sultan Ali Ampas gave a title Princess. Now I am inviting poetess Turkan Erger to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for inviting me. Um, Türk of my first poem, Barış. Diller, renkler, ülkeler farklı olsa da insanların özlediği güneştir barış. Yardımın, gülümsemenin, güzelliğin yaşadığı yerdir barış. Mutluluk, huzur, dostluk, kardeşlik kelimeleridir barış. Sevgi, saygı, hoşgörü, dayanışma düşünceleridir barış. Sevgi, saygı, çocukların oynadığı, okula gittiği, güneşin doğduğu yerdir barış. English of my first poem. Peace, languages, colors, countries, even if it is different. The sun that people miss, peace, after age, after smile. It is where be the life's peace, happiness, serenity, friendship, fraternity are the words, peace, love, respect, tolerance, solidarity are the dots, peace. It is where children play, it is where children go to school, it is where the sun rises, peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Turkan Erger, for your beautiful presentations. Now, from Turkey, I am going to Tunisia to invite Honorable Poetess Imen Melliti. Now I am introducing one of the eminent poetess who is from Tunisia. She is poetess Imen Milleti. She is a qualified PhD holder in international relations, bilingual translator, poetess. She has been published three children books, an academic book, a poetry collections, which has published White Tulip in United States of America. She is the member of international humanitarian associations. She has been received many international awards different part of the world. Now I am inviting Honorable Poetess Imen Melliti to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be with you again with this bunch of great artists and author. Thank you so much, Mr. Toufiq Zohur. It's my honor to be with you again. So I read my poem called Strong Women. Strong doesn't mean you should never cry. Strong doesn't mean you should never be hurt. Strong doesn't mean you must never feel cold and lonely. Strong doesn't mean you should avoid the dark night to reach the sunlight. Strong is when you stand against the wind and the storm. Strong is to gather your broken pieces, to draw again your mosaic painting. Strong when you slipped and you cling to nothing, to anyone, to stand alone, just alone, to hold yourself by yourself. Strong when you make forward paths and not to sit back. Strong when you feel fragile inside, to feel others' pain. Strong is when you drop tears and you try to whip them off with the back of your hand and you smile in front of those who want to celebrate your grief. Strong when the little child inside you has not grown yet, an innocent who still needs promises and miracles. Strong when you scream silently so that no one can hear your voice, trembling voice and unvoiced throats. Strong doesn't mean being invincible. Strong means being human. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Imen Melliti, for your beautiful presentations. Now, from Tunisia, I am going to Chile to invite Honorable Poet and the President of UHE, that is Union of Hispano Mundial Executores, Mr. Cristian Romero Diaz. Now, I am introducing one of the important poet who is from Chile. He is Cristian Romero Diaz. He is a poet, writer, artist, chef, and voice of his own radio show, Vivir es Sentir. He has participated in several anthologies of different countries: La Barça del Papel, Poesia de Post-Vanguardia, and Races del Alma, for name a few ones. He also interviewed in 2014 by the journal La Voz Hispana and New York newspaper, and in 2021 for Polish Magazino, Greek Magazino. He has been participated in different festivals around the world such as Paper Fiber Feast Festival, Concha de las, very successfully. His poem has been translated into different languages such as English, Italian, Portuguese, and Greek. He published his first book in 2015, Una Luz Naciente. In 2016, he was declared illustrious citizen by his native city. He received in 2020 and 2022 Cesar Vallejo Award, El Aguila de Oro, the Golden Eagle, and El Escudo de Plata, the Silver Shield Award in 2021 for his literary excellence, and designated as a president of the UHE, that is Union Hispano Mundial de Executores, and president as well of a thousand mine for Mexico, Mil Mentes por Mexico in Chile. Recently, he organized very successfully a reunion of UHE named El Almancuy del Buen Dickier. Now, I am inviting Honorable Poet Cristian Romero Diaz to present his first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear brother Toufiq Zohur. It's it's a it's a pleasure, an honor, and such an amazing experience to be surrounded all this talent and marvelous poets and poetess. My first poem is called. I'm sorry, the heater was making noise. It is called "It Is Life" and says like this. And so here we are in this mixture between heaven and hell, glory of listening, watching, smelling, and touching, mirror through our face in this total existence, in human shape, in mammal instincts, in dream and nightmare, absurd, and brilliant at the same time. The tree and the bee singing their song to the universe, swimming into the air, breathing whispers of earth, and being fire in the water of our body. The reason we don't know. Our only knowledge is here we are. We are here, absorbing energy, moving and feeling, become more than who we are, or even less so, seeing tragedy in the lack of continuing being what we are, thinking animals are sparkling flesh and blood. However, I say it does not matter because it is life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, poet Cristian Romero Diaz, for your beautiful starting once again. Now, from Chile, I am coming back to Asia and invite from Nepal Honorable Poetess Til Kumari Sharma. Now, I am introducing one of the persuasive poetess who is from Nepal. She is Til Kumari Sharma. She is as multi-award winner writer, she has been published many thousands of poems, some essays and stories in international magazines, web pages, newspaper groups, and anthologies. She is a feathered poet and the best-selling co-author. She works Her works have been published many countries like America, Russia, England, Hungary, Scotland, Greece, Brazil, Indonesia, Bangladesh, South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, North Africa, Trinidad and Tobago, Hong Kong, Spain, India, Nepal. Now I am inviting Honorable Poetess Til Kumari Sharma to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, namaste to all. I'm Tilkumari Sharma from Nepal, and I am going to give many thanks to organizer of this program and their friends from the global world. Now, I am going to recite a poem, "The Height of Identity." The identity in a feministic web, the life in a green journey alone, the higher the female race being both giver. The supreme soul in earth, eternal entity in earth, the living of life with eternity, feministic light in my eye, the brighter mind of ethics, the identity of truth is in mist, the life is hidden in it, the life is in term, is unconscious. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Poetess Til Kumari Sharma, for your beautiful presentations. Now, from Nepal, I am going to Vietnam to invite Vo Thi New Mai. Now, I am introducing one of the persuasive poetess who is from Vietnam. She is Vo Thi New Mai. She was born 1976 in Vietnam. By profession, she is a English teacher and working in the high school. She moved to Australia to complete graduate diploma in teaching, then master degree in literacy. She has been working as a primary school teacher from 2004 to till now, present in Perth, Western Australia. She has four collections of poetry published in Vietnam and four bilingual poetry books that she translated from Vietnamese to English published in Vietnam, Romania, and Canada. A collections of English poems that she translated from more than 200 Vietnamese poet writing will be published the end of this year. Vo Thi New Mai is the founder and owner of the website is called The Rhythm of Vietnam. Now I am inviting poetess Vo Thi New Mai to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. And thank you, my teammate Cupid Ho in Hanoi for introducing. Um, it's winter in Perth, a bit cold and midnight here. So my first poem on read today is called My Dear Sister. I have crossed many bridges, stopped at cities where buildings stacked like boxes, having the feeling that I could fly high above, clouds on shoulders, raindrops dancing on my hair, young sparrows rush to look for food. I gather my years when carefully counting falling hair, waiting for crescent moon in the garden to enjoy the breeze. Sipping midnight dewdrops, childhood memories slip through the land. Tired words scatter apart, falling on fresh grass. My dear sister, you are busy weaving poems, with strand of smoke rising in homeland, and river blue zigzagging through town. A lazy boat floating in the afternoon, sounds of village from the temple, market and veggie garden. Curved roads leading to the village paved with old bricks, reflecting peaceful beam houses and temples. The gold apple trees filled with juicy fruits. The fragrance lingers and sways with the rhythm of grandma's carrying pole. Ola River flowing from Hei, zigzagging with its fresh water, endless love stories originating from melodies and waves. People from distant land thinking of going home. In my dreams, sounds of country birds have gradually disappeared. Fewer murmuring stream across quiet field. Your poetry has wakened up my memories hidden from deep down. I'm emotional with warm welcome from our country town, where your purple outline fluttering in the air of loving season. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both in UMI, for your beautiful presentations, and congratulations to join this session. Thank you very much. And finally, I am coming back to India to invite our new friend, new guest, and the intelligent poet, Sanchari Goswami. Now, I am introducing one of the persuasive poetess who is from India. She is the poetess Sanchari Goswami. She is the poet of the first decade. By profession, she is a professor of physics in a college in West Bengal, India. She was born in Kalyani. She has been published three poetry books. Title of the books are Tepantore Classroom, Nogno Hote Shekho, Hato Dukho, Hato Shuk. Now I am inviting poetess Sanchari Goswami to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really honored to be here today. I'm really honored to be part of this event. And thank you, Toufiq Da, for this. I would like to convey my regards to all the poets here from different parts of the world. So the first poem I'm going to recite is Desh. It's a Bengali poem. Country. It means country, and the message is like there cannot be any boundaries for a country, and therefore it shouldn't have any name. So that's the message here. I'm now reciting this. Desh. এখানে আপন মনে খেলা করছে সমুদ্রের জল অপার জলের শেষে কোথাও তো তীর জেগে আছে জলের অপেক্ষা থেকে দূরে দূরে বহু দূরে যারা তাদের নালিশ সব পাহাড়ের কোলে মিশে বাঁচে কত দূরে হেঁটে যাব এ প্রশ্ন কাদের কাছে করি ওই যারা সাদা বক কাল যারা নোঙর ফেলেছে যে ভাষাটা জানা ছিল যে ভাষা ওদের ভাষা নয় হাতছানি দিয়ে দিয়ে সবুজেরা ডেকে নিচ্ছে ওকে এ আমার দেশ নয় বেশ বুঝি সন্ধে নেমে আসে দূরের দিগন্ত রেখা ঝিকিমিকি ডাকে আয় আয় যে হাওয়ারা জল ছুঁয়ে শরীর ছুঁয়েছে তারা বলে মাটির গভীরে গেলে দেশের কি কোনো নাম হয়
Thank you. Thank you very much, poetess Sanchari Goswami, for your beautiful starting. Really, the most sweetest language in world, that is Bengali language, and UNESCO has to
Thank you.
declare that the fourth sweetest language in world, that is Bengali language, and she has recite her poem in Bengali language. Thank you, Sanchari Goswami, for your beautiful starting. Don't leave. I will come back very soon with you. And this is our first session is ending now. The second session is going to start. So again, I'm going to United States of America to invite my elder sister, my Didi, Dr. Gita Mohanty. Now I am inviting Dr. Gita Mohanty to present her second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toufiq. Um, the title of my second poet is Silence. You know, I don't say much, and we had a silent, agreeable agreement that you'd read all my silences silently. Silently, you remained silent in all my silences. Silence was in my eyes, but not in my look. Silence was in my heart, but not in my beats. Silence was in my mind, but not in my thoughts. Silence was always in my expressions, but not in my emotions. Silence was in my voice, but not in my love. You couldn't read my silences. I know it's not easy to be a silent reader. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Dr. Gita Mohanty, for your beautiful lyrical poems. Thanks very much. Now I am inviting poet Nasser Alshaikhahmed from Saudi Arabia to present his second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zohur. And here I come again with my second poem. It titles When Morals Are Just a Statue of a Stone. About these behaviors of insanity, I must say the essence of the verses that lay in your way. For within these words a tale shall unfold of a world plagued by sorrows, stories untold. In this realm of ours, where chaos resides, where moral canvases falter and many souls hide, I've penned this poem to capture the plight of a life shrouded in darkness, where wrong seems right. With each passing day, we witness the decline of values once cherished, now broken like twine. But worry not, for through these verses I aim to shed light on the battles, the reasons we came. For within the depth of these melancholy rhymes lies reflect our era, challenging times. Through poignant words and heartfelt lines, we'll explore the struggle where justice binds. Through vivid imagery, the faith shall emerge. If a seed is spoiled, principle submerged. Yet, amidst this chaos, a flame ignites, a glimmer of hope, where right choice fights. So, readers, embark on this lyrical quest with an open mind. Seek truth in each jest, for within these verses there lays a hidden grace, an invitation to confront and to dare to the embrace. May these poems serve as a call to us all to rise above the darkness, to stand tall in this world where noble canvases are tested. Let these words inspire. Leave your hearts invested. So without further ado, let the journey begin into this poetic realm where truth cuts like a fin, and may these verses resonate even after you part, if escorted by whispers of nature that needs its moralistic restart. Thank you in the poem.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Nasir Alshaikhahmed, for your second poem. Now, 178 number episode is going on. Title of our program today: The World of Poetry, Recitations in Poet Voice. And I'm going to giving an announce, that is the happy announce, the from 37 countries and 110 group are sharing this episode now. Togetherly we are many people of the different part of the world, they are watching this poetry recitation show. Thank you. Now from Saudi Arabia I am coming again to Turkey to invite poetess Turkan Ergor to present her second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Turkish of my second poem. Kadın bir annedir. Kadın bir annedir. Kötülüğü hak etmez. Güzel davranın ona. Çünkü aile içi şiddet götürür karanlığa. Kadın zariftir. Çocuğu besleyen, çocuğu büyüten, çocuğa sevgi verendir. Kadın güzel kalpli. Yüreği sevgi dolu, merhametlidir. Karanlıktan aydınlığa çıkaran, ışık verendir. Çünkü kadın bir annedir. English of my second poem. Woman is a mother. Woman is a mother. Does not deserve evil. Treat her nicely, because violence in the family leads to darkness. Woman is graceful. Please the child. Grows the child. The one who gives love to the child. Woman has beautiful heart. Her heart is full of love. She is merciful, leading from dark to light. She gives light because woman is a mother. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, poetess Turkan Ergo, for your beautiful poem. Once again, you have to read. Yes, really, it touches our heart. Woman is a mother. Thank you very much. We respect all our mothers. Thank you very much. From Turkey, we are going to Tunisia to invite Honorable Poetess Imen Melliti to present her second poem today. Now, I am inviting Honorable Poetess Imen Melliti.
Miss, have you ever tried to wake up and not find a message? Good morning, beautiful soul. Have you tried to sleep at night but the burden of life aches your back? Have you tried to go out for a walk and you can't ask anyone to be by your side? Have you tried to share your food with the one you love, the one you can still find? Have you tried to watch your favorite movie but you can't share the joy with anyone? How can you bear the loud whisper in your ears and cry in silence, to feel pain in one of your toes because of the truth and no one to scold you, because it doesn't fit your size? Have you realized how empty your life is on social media and nothing but a joke that you invented to escape from the rude truth? Do you feel unfilled, but you do not inhabit anyone's mind? And you do not buy roses to offer? Have you slept at night without letting anyone know that you bought your favorite book and you did not find someone to share it with? Did you feel that you are stuck in this world, forced to crowd out people and lose your eagerness for everything? Yeah, I can admit I feel that. And I far exceed the stage of admiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Imen Melliti, for your beautiful presentations. Now, from Tunisia, I'm going to Chile to invite Honorable Poet Cristian Romero Diaz to present his second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. It's truly a pleasure to be here, my dear brother, and all these amazing poets and poetesses. And the poem I'm going to read next is called Rayito del Sol, Sunbeam, and it's in my new book called En el Renacer de la Luz, available in Amazon. And the first part is in Spanish, and then I read it in English. Thank you so much. Rayito del Sol. Canto silencioso entre la multitud, sembrando luces. Van las esporas puras de pureza almibarada y alondras poderosas. Tanta preciosidad en los tonos arcoíris de la mitad del cielo, almidonando un susurro por los pormenores del todo. Iluminado coro, desnudo bajo las sopranos razones de las pieles, rebrotando como el tirabuzón conocido como el tiempo. Es el cuerpo embelesado, los ecos renacidos de la madrugada. Conspiran diáfanos y admirados los reflejos tardíos, acompañándose a sí mismos en el detonado espejo con el que las horas vuelan dentro y fuera del ritmo ensordecido por los caminos sin voz. Cae la noche, lo oscuro se persigna para que, en la santificada seda de la luz, se unan las hebras generosas a brazos completos, tocándonos el sol con sus rayos, todos ellos vitales.
I think there is a network problem and she has to freeze. So when he back, I will give him floor again. Now I am inviting poetess Til Kumari Sharma from Nepal. Now I am inviting poetess Til Kumari Sharma from Nepal to present her second poem today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now I am going to recite the poem about mangrove forest. The trees on the water, rooted from inside water, amazing trees born from depth of water, thick and dense in water, the merging water and roots together, wonder of nature. The roots control the water waves to save earth. The dense amount of water is worked by trees. The shining thick forest to save beings in earth. Trees dancing at the middle of water world. Green forever to save earth. Sun is afraid of density of jungle. The mystery of nature in universe. Near equator, the beautiful roots are planted by nature. Amazing roots in water world. The mystery of nature in universe. We can get what we want to see here. Beauty of water in forest. Green leaves are dancing. Green leaves are dancing. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, poetess Til Kumari Sharma. Now I am inviting poetess Thi NHU MAI from Vietnam to present her second poem today. Thank you.
Hello. This poem is for a poet I admire. He works very hard all the time trying to bring his knowledge to the world. And this is called My Forever Love. Occasionally, I think how far you can go. In this sea of knowledge, I don't know. You are cooking yourself in a fire of philosophies. Totally forget about the birds flying out there and flowers blooming everywhere. You have reached a certain stage above most of your herds. No longer you could enjoy their researches, neither their verses nor poetry. Theirs are not unique, gorgeous, and are obviously a sum that cannot be enjoyed by many generations to come. It's your fault to yourself of reaching that degree. What have you done to your life, buddy? I may need to bring you back to childhood and play a game of marbles, fly in a kite, smelling aroma scent of the rice field, forget all about the literary shield. Together with your universe full of complexity, I may need to bring you back to the world of simplicity. Let take a rest. Take care of yourself, of your masterpieces. You have done enough to stew all the phrases and the words, sentences, paragraphs, and essays. Let the children bathe in your sea of knowledge and play. They will take your translation flight to the next level. Now sitting down with me and play a game with marbles. Take it easy to the rest of your life. And if one day anyone happens to pass by your tomb, in the middle of nowhere, she will plant a forest of roses and whisper in the air, "You are my forever, forever love." Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Such a beautiful poem you have to read. Thank you very much, both in you, Mai, for your beautiful presentations. And now I'm again going to India to invite poetess Sanchari Goswami to present her second poem today. Now I am inviting poetess Sanchari Goswami.
Thank you. My second poem is Sriti Bhroshto. I'm just going to convey the message in English and then I will recite it. The idea is whatever we do every day, there is a lot of people from the society who actually helps us in doing, but we very often forget to acknowledge them all. And in that sense, we are the common man is not different from a politician who, when sits on a chair, he or she sometimes forgets about the queue, the people who voted for them. So idea is kind of that. I'm now going to recite it. আটা মাখার কথা ভাবতে ভাবতেই আমার অনেকগুলো দিন কেটে গেছে। ঠিক কি মাপে জল দিলে চটচটে হবে না, আবার শক্তও হবে না সেই মন্ড, যার থেকে লেচি কেটে কেটে আমি বানিয়ে ফেলবো সুস্বাদু সব নরম গোল রুটি, সেটাই আমার সমস্ত ভাবনা জুড়ে ছিল। এসব ভাবতে ভাবতে আমি ভুলে গেছি সেই সব কৃষককে যারা বীজ বুনলো, আমি ভুলে গেছি সেই সব শ্রমিককে যারা পেশাই করলো সমস্ত শস্য। আসলে দিনের শেষে আটা মাখা আর দেশ চালানোর মধ্যে স্পষ্ট কোনো পার্থক্য আমি খুঁজে পেলাম না। নমস্কার।
Thank you again, once again, Sanchari Goswami, for your beautiful, messageful poem. Thank you, really. When I heard first of your poem, I was really surprised that you have to read such a beautiful poem in Bengali language. Thank you very much. I am very much happy that you have joined today. And finally, again, I'm going to my brother Cristian Romero Diaz, who has breakdown in his second poem. Now, again, I am inviting poet Cristian Romero Diaz to present his second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My internet is a little tricky today, so I must apologize for it. And I'm gonna read the translation in English of my poem now, and it's called Something. Silent singing among the crowd, sowing lights, glow the pure spores of syrup, purity, and powerful larks, so precious in the rainbow hues of mid-heaven, starting a whisper from the details, all together, lighted choir, naked underneath the soprano reason for the first, regrowth by the well-known ringlet, like the time in the enraptured body, by the reborn echoes of dawn, conspire diaphanous and admired late reflections, accompanying themselves, and the detonated mirror, with the hours fly in and out of the rhythm defeated by the roads without voice. The night falls, the dark crosses itself, so that in a hallowed silk of light join the generous strength to full hours, touching the sun with its rays, all of them vital, tender, and active in their divine function, together and small. From my book El Renacer de la Luz, available in Amazon right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, poet Cristian Romero Diaz. Now I am reading some viewers' comments. Sajid Dangra has to retain hello, welcome. Istiak Islam Bhai Chamatkar. Istiak Islam has to retain good, good. Honorable poet Sai Prakash Ji is watching this show. He has written good evening from India, Sai Prakash. Thank you, Honorable poet and my elder brother Sai Prakash, for your watching. Poetess and our friend and honorable editor Mandira Ganguly is watching this show. Also from Bangladesh, poet Orup Kumar Borua is watching this show, and the generations of 80 honorable and important poet Sain Deja is watching this show. He has written with you all. Poet Orup Kumar Borua has to return from Bangladesh. Best wishes to all poets around the world and Uddan Television. From Vietnam, Pham Van Ah Noor My So Beautiful. Shivani Chatterjee has to return Khub ভালো লাগছে দারুণ. Krishna Ghosh poetess has to return Sanchari Goswami খেতে মিষ্টি লাগলো. Thank you very much Krishna Di for your comments. Poet from Bangladesh, Abdul Razak, is watching this show. From Vietnam, the Honorable Poetess Q Beach How has to written a beautiful comments that she written, I so much like this verse by both he knew my in the middle of now where she will grow the rose. Love you and I am proud of you, both he knew my. Thank you very much, Q Beach How, for your beautiful comments. Shivani Chatterjee has to retain Abaro Best Darun. Madhumita Dasgupta has to retain excellent performance. Q Beach How from Vietnam, she has written each of your verse is beautiful petal, both he knew my. Madhumita Dasgupta has to retain congratulations Toufiq Zohur on your excellent presentations. Thank you Madhumita for your beautiful comments. And the third session is going to start now. And from third session I am first of all inviting poetess Sanchari Goswami to present her third poem today. This is our cycling system. The two session we start from the up, and the second two session we start from the down. So the Sanchari Goswami is now leading. She will present her third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'm going to recite another one named Sharut. It means actually autumn season, where the rain is actually going to stop, but it actually doesn't stop. So I'm going to recite now. হঠাৎ হঠাৎ বৃষ্টি নামলে শরতের কথা মনে হয় আমার, হঠাৎ করে বৃষ্টি থামলেও সারাটা শহরে এত ধুলো এত ধোঁয়া, যে ধুলো ধোঁয়া দেখলেই শহরের কথা মনে পড়ে আমার। অথচ কি আশ্চর্য দেখো, লাগাম ছাড়া বর্ষণ শেষ হয়ে এলে সমস্ত রাস্তা যখন ভাসতে থাকে সেই আশ্চর্য প্লাবনে, সেই জল জমা রাস্তাকেই এক অদ্ভুত আয়না মনে হয়। আর সেই আয়নায় শরতের আকাশের মতো পরিষ্কার দেখায় এই শহরকেই। সমস্তটাই আসলে একটা ভান, আমাদের সঙ্গে থেকে থেকে এই শহর এই প্রকৃতিও ভান করতে শিখে গেছে। নমস্কার।
Thank you very much, poetess Sanchari Goswami. Really, your every poem has given us some message like Dr. Gita Mohanty Di. Her every poem also gives us some message. Thank you very much. Now I am inviting poetess Bhothi Newmai to present her third poem today. Bhothi Newmai. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, my next poem also for the poet that I admire. So it's just like the whole float. Dear fairy, I'm a little petal, a speckle of dust. You are a fairy with lots of lust. What have you put in that cauldron? You either a witch or a leprechaun. We die for your dish. It tasted like the sea. It smells like fish sauce. It's beauty like me. I found you a bit late, so dreams are shorter. It's purely fate, we say humor. Give me back some salt and keep your sugar. We love your fire, don't burn a flower. I'm a speckle of dust, a primary school teacher. Cat, rat, mat, hat, you are a philosopher. I found you a bit late. Oh well, it's just fate. Click, clap, clap, click. My poem, a broomstick. With best wishes, you are a great poet. First time a verse in English. Please don't blow it away. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, poetess. Both he knew my cat met hat rat. Really, such a beautiful lyrical poem. Thank you very much. Now I am inviting poetess Til Kumari Sharma to present her third poem today. Til Kumari Sharma.
Okay, thank you very much. I am going to recite a poem that I had got the third prize in a global poetry forum. Letter P as self-encouragement. The delight in letter P as pen. It refers praise. The P is prize. Delight of encouragement. It gives name is Puspa, as fairy of earth. The name of goddess is Puspa, the flower to bloom, ethical brotherhood. The letter P is symbol of true love, my clothes made in the soul, the pleasure in spiritual love, the lifelong friendship in humanity. The loving letter to refer the pain in pleasure, the privacy in prize winning. P refers purity of fairy goddess, the encouragement source in P. Symbol of P is knowledge, the pure body and soul. P stands for peace. It is for pond of wisdom. It is as pacific of mind, never drives. P stands for poetry as supreme literary art. P is my self encouragement to stand morally. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Til Kumari Sharma. Now I am inviting poet Cristian Romero Diaz to present his third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. And my next poem is in Spanish, which is my native language, and it's called Brújula, and says like this: En la grácil bruma de la noche, con estepa de silencios agarrados a ella, soy el sembradío de rocío entre su oscuro toque, raspando ecos coloridos para que continúe el sentir, y la vida respire equinoccios con rostro de solsticios. Guardamos días funestos en la presión del tiempo hecho comezón, pues es voltereta en un tedio remilgoso la espina que reta por los ríos de la carne, plantada dentro de la cavidad en el pecho, que el sabio consejo relaciona con lo que es la esperanza. Y si bailamos una tonada de frenesí, esa voz global, si en el retorno de la caricia se ausenta patentemente en el péndulo del reloj que brioso potencia las almas albas, ignoro los pormenores, los inmensos detalles creando las verdades, pero creo inefablemente que cada destino es un hilo de diamante, más allá de la figura del norte, sur, el este y el oeste, rodando los ejemplos de la misión de cada quien, como una guía en el espacio nocturno, aguja de bondad vigorosa y magnética, la cual nos lidera encima de un vórtice de mandalas. Todo esto con su mano divina. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, poet Cristian Romero Diaz. Now I am inviting poetess Imen Melliti to present her third poem today. Thank you.
So my third poem, Never Give Up. Miracle dwell in the invisible. Hope is there. where angels fly away. Your key is inside your heart, the sight of the soul. Is of light and guidance. You will see what you carry inside. You may get lost, you may feel in doubt. Beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting confused. Let the wind of heaven show you the way. Your unvoiced words will reach the sky. There is no bridge between you and Almighty Allah, the only one who can hear your voice within you. Don't hide your tears. There are the messengers of overwhelming grief and the mute words. Throw your pain in the river of forgiveness and forget it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Imen Melliti. Really, it was a very beautiful poem. Thank you. Now I am inviting Poetess Turkan Ergor to present her third poem today. Thank you.
Turkish of my third poem, Barış. Dünyada savaşlar oluyor. Çok korkunç. Masum insanlar ölüyor. Barışın olmadığı yerde üzüntü ve mutsuzluk var. Kötü hayat var. Sevgi ve saygı kayboluyor. Kıskançlıklar ve bencillikler başlıyor. Hırslarına yenik düşüp birbirlerini öldürüyorlar. Çocuklar barış için ağlıyorlar. Bitmeli artık bu ağlamalar. Mutlu olmalı, gülmeli bütün insanlar. Barış insanların sevmelerini, saygı duymalarını, mutlu ve huzurlu yaşamasını sağlar. Böylece insanlık, iyilik, güzel hayat başlar. Barış hayatı kolaylaştırır, ülkeleri güçlü yapar. Barış, kardeşlik, dayanışmayı, hoşgörüyü sağlar, kötülüğü bitirir. Barış insanlık için önemli ve güzeldir. English of my third poem. Peace, there are wars in the world, very cruel, innocent people dying. Where there is no peace, there are sadness and unhappiness. There is bad life, love and respect disappears. Jealousies and selfishness begins. They succumb to their ambitions. They kill each other. Children are crying for peace. These cries must be happy love. Peace provides people to love, respect, provides people to live happy and peaceful. Thus humanity goodness, beautiful life begins. Peace makes life easier, makes countries strong. Peace, brotherhood, solidarity, tolerance provides, finishes evil. Peace is important and beautiful for humanity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Turkan
Thank you
Ergor,
too.
for your beautiful poem, both in Turkish and English language. Now I am inviting
Thank
Honorable Poet from Saudi Arabia, Nasser Alshaikhahmed, to present his third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Toufiq. I'm going to read my third poem in Arabic, my own native language. عنوان القصيدة: أحتاج أن ألهي الحواس. هبني لأحمل عن خيالك ظلة، واصبر على هوس الفتيل وهلة. خذ لي كأغنية تجرجر لحنها، للخلف يشجيها انتهاء الرحلة. أحتاج أن تلد الغيوم على يدي مطرا، ويهديني الكمان مظلة. أبقي المسافة بيننا صمتا، ففي الصمت ارتحال مدهش وأهلة. خذني إليك فراشة بيضاء، توقظ فيك نار حبيبة ومولة. خذني إليك فتى مزاجيا، لأسقط عن ذرى الكلمات حرف العلة. أحتاج أن ألهي الحواس، لعلها تلهو، فأنجو من جنوني كله. End of poem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Nasser Al-Sheikh. Thank you very much. Now I am going to United States of America to my dear elder sister, Dr. Gita Mohanty. Now I am inviting Honorable Poetess Dr. Gita Mohanty to present her third poem today.
Thank you so much, Toufiq. Um, the title of my third composition is Trespassing. I'm confident about my given values. I'm certain about certain things I will never ever do. Knowingly or intentionally, I wouldn't trespass ever. If you say I trespassed, your thoughts, your emotions, your mind, your jurisdictions, or broke your meditation, I'm brave enough to take the punishment on my own of self isolation, self realization, self introspection, and also I'll restrict myself within the boundaries of strict regulations. I'll seize my ceaseless free flow temperament in my mind's horizon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Dr. Gita Mohanty, for your beautiful third poem. My emotion is one thing, that is, in the morning you have drinked a cup of coffee alone without me. I'm so really fantastic.
Here you go.
You are also, you have not finished yet now, my dear elder sister. I am here without coffee. Thank you very much. And finally, again, I am going to the starting this last session of this program today. 178 number episode is going on. Title of our program was The World of Poetry Recitations in Poet Voice, and I am going to start this last session from India, and that is Sanchari Goswami. I am inviting poetess Sanchari Goswami to present her last poem today. Thank you.
Thank you once again. My last poem is about Bangabandhu. You all know about him, about the great leader of Bangladesh. কবিতার নাম দাবাই রাখতে পারবা না। শ্বাস বন্ধ করে থাকলাম অনেক দিন, তবু আশ্চর্যের কথা বেঁচে রইলাম। মুখ বন্ধ করে দাঁতে দাঁত চেপে শব্দদের ভুলে থাকতে থাকতে আমাদের পাঁজর ভেঙে গেছে। পায়ে পিষে নখে টিপে আঁচড়ে কামড়ে রক্ত গঙ্গা বইয়ে দিয়েও মেরে ফেলা গেল না আমাদের। এখন মুক্ত বাতাসে শ্বাস নেব ঠিক করেই খোলা আকাশের নিচে মাটির ওপর এসে দাঁড়ালাম। আহ, স্বাধীনতা, খোলা উঠোনের মতো স্বাধীনতা, সোঁদা মাটির গন্ধের মতো, হেমন্তের ছাতিমের গন্ধের মতো, মায়ের গায়ের গন্ধের মতো ঘোর লাগানো সেই স্বাধীনতার গন্ধ পাচ্ছি এখন। বেশ বুঝতে পারছি তোমরা আমাদের আর দাবায় রাখতে পারবা না। নমস্কার।
Thank you very much, poetess Sanchari Goswami. You are an amazing poetess. Really, the world is now today known that another Bengali poet has to read or recite her poem today. Thank you very much for your join. Again, I
Thank you.
feel honored that you are in our show. Now, I am inviting from Vietnam, Ho Thi New Mai, to present her last poem today. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, it's me again. All right, so my last poem, yeah, I would say a bit about loneliness, or but in loneliness, people still find some happiness some way. This is called the Valentine's. She walked silently to the garden, flowers blooming, birds singing, butterflies fluttering in pairs. Jasper and Maisie, the cats, have some toys to share. Bright sunshine chatting with clouds went past. Beautiful Sophie over the fence dancing with joy. A bunch of roses, a box of chocolate, a really good book of Sophie's favorite, then the sound of two people kissing. She came back to the kitchen for some food, a bowl of rice, one piece of stuffed bitter melon in soup, one little stewed fish on a plate, a glass of water, some sweet mashed mung bean for dessert. Back to the living room, she turned on TV to search for any channel to quickly entertain. A noisy lyric celebrating the New Year refrain. Soon, happy Valentine wishes all over the world. And I want to be somewhere around here just to say how much I adore garden, kitchen, living room, or when she snores. Third day of the new year and happy Valentine. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, poetess THI NHU MAI, for your beautiful presentations. Now I am inviting poetess Til Kumari Sharma from Nepal to present her last poem today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it is my last poem, which may come in translation in the language of Turkey. The title of the poem is Identity of Ethics as Wealth. Wealth enough in moral, love honest in life, aim higher, remove ego to others. Life is in free identity of light. It has free freedom of mind. Life is light of a heart. Mind makes constitution itself. Mind is universe. Ethics in a globe is honor. The life is beauty in all. Identity of existence is moral. Identity of existence is moral. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, poetess Til Kumari Sharma, for your beautiful finishing. Now I am inviting poet Cristian Romero Diaz to present his last poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear brother Tofik. Um, and the last poem I'm going to read is in English, and it says the title of it is "Here Lies the Verse," and it says like this: If a yes would light up incandescent, giving birth to love, planting everything that the word leaves us, diligent of the idea that forgets us in strong emotions, that swamp full of delicious liquid that alienates us, and give us a kiss beyond sight. It touches our body and smoothness our soul, turning by the air into magma. And for your silence, loving my waters in as a tourniquet. Do you feel the breeze that fills us? That shine that rocks eternal, where before there was loneliness? That, enrolled in eras of eras, it cuts up my paths and leads them to you. Your intent me, and budding kiss to my heart. How tasty it gobbles up the blankets in my verse with warmth for a day that is shortened in hallucinated presences, and corrode my veins in the warmth of your face. Accustomed to the climbs toward by the sky denouncing the song of the angels, and the species opens to the moon. Color styles are conjugated every time I see and touch your skin. Coordinate of my desire in the root of my throbbing. Eternal and short moments in past nights, in iridescent impulses, that you single soul delighted my body and mind gives me already to the rain that filled my flesh to the sound of your love. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, poet Cristian Romero Diaz, for your beautiful finishing. Now I am inviting Honorable Poetess. I think Imen Melliti is not present right this moment, so I am directly going to Poetess Turkan Ergor to present her last poem today. Thank you.
Turkish offer my fourth poem. Yaşam ile ölüm arasında koronavirüs. Beklenmeyen bir anda çok kısa sürede virüs sardı dünyayı, Çin'den başlayarak. Tüm dünyaya yayıldı. Kontrol edilmesi çok zordu. Bu nedenle insanlar hem şaşkın hem perişandı. Yaşam ölüm arasında. Panik yapan insanlar etrafta endişeli düşünceler, şaşkın yüzler, umutsuz gözler. Yaşam ile ölüm arasında. Bazen sessizlik, bazen çaba, bazen mücadele vardı. Beklenmeyen bu durumda. Yaşam ile ölüm arasında. Yüzlerde ve sözlerde hem umut hem hüzün vardı. Yaşam ile ölüm arasında. English of my fourth poem. Between life and death, coronavirus. In an unexpected moment, in a very short time, the virus surrounded the world, starting from China, spread all over the world. It was very difficult to control. Therefore, people also confused, also miserable, between life and death. People panicking around, worried that confused faces, desperate eyes between life and death. Sometimes silence, sometimes effort, sometimes there was struggle. In this unexpected situation between life and death, on the faces and words, also hope, also there was sadness between life and death. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Turkan Ergor, for your beautiful finishing. Professor Mir Abdul Razak is watching this show. Thank you, Professor Mir Abdul Razak, for your joining. Now I am inviting Nasser Alshaikhahmed from Saudi Arabia to present his last poem today. Thank you. Please open your mic. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll recite my third poem in Arabic too. The title says, Last night your shadow passed by me. البارحة مرني طيفك البارحة مرني طيفك الوله على مركى مضيفك وفاحت دلت الأشواق براحة وليفك وصاحت تسألني وينك وكيفك وتسأل ليه ما مرني ريفك وتسأل ليه طول علينا خريفك وتسأل ليه مالك أحبابك يا حيفك وطاحت غصون الأمل مع صواديفك والوجع هده حد سيفك وراحت الأحلام اللي من مواليفك ولاحت طيور الصبح وما جاتني سواليفك واسألك انت وينك ما تفرح بضيفك. End of poem.
Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Nasir Alshaikhahmed. And finally, I am knocking at the door of my elder sister, that is Dr. Gita Mohanty, to invite and present, to request to present her last poem, because I am here without coffee and she is there a cup of coffee. Now I am inviting my dear elder
Just for
sister
you.
to present her last poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Toufiq. Coffee is always there for you. You are always welcome. Okay. So, my last composition title is Surrender to Your Humbleness. Once, sulking river asked the ocean, why should I lose my identity and known by your name? Ocean smiled humbly, taking the river into its close embrace. It said, my dear, you run between the lines, and my love is undefined. You love staying in your own boundary. My arms are wide open. I embrace you beyond any territory. Still, as you are used to the flow in a defined zone, I have asked to the horizon to give you a feel of a wall in your vast oceanic home. Please accept me as yours. Make this ocean as your own. With a smile, River said, how a river can own an ocean? Rather, let me surrender to your humble name. Here you go. I became you, the ocean. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear elder sister, Dr. Gita Mohanty, for your beautiful finishing. Today, I hope and I think that you will be concluded this show. So finally, I am asking one question. Regularly, we are asking the question to the participant. So first of all, I am asking this question to Honorable Poet Nasser Alshaikhahmed. Mr. Nasser Alshaikhahmed, what do you think about poetry, about today's program, about your feelings? Only 30 seconds. Nasser Alshaikhahmed.
Well, my feeling really is inexplainable. I'm very happy and honored to be among those world eminent poets and poets. I really had a good time, and I'm looking forward to next episode. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And though it is the midnight in Saudi Arabia, the 3 hours away from Bangladesh, so he is awakened, and it's for love for the poetry. Thank you very much, Honorable Poet Nasir Al Sheikh Ahmed. Now I am asking the same question to my dear sister Turkan Ergor. What do you think about poetry, about today's program, about feelings? Turkan, only 30 seconds.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Poetry for me is a brief summary of thoughts, feelings, words, and sometimes imagination. Poetry is an art that embellishes emotions. Poetry is to communicate with words. The common language of poetry is love. Although we speak different languages, we all speak the same language with poetry and express love. A great program. Thank you, my brother. I like it. Different country, different language. But love is the common language of all poets. Poets describe love in their poems. Thank you, my brother, again.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Poetess Turkan Ergur, for your beautiful speech. Now I'm asking the same question to my brother and honorable president of UHE from Chile, Mr. Cristian Romero Diaz. Cristian, what do you think about poetry, about today's program, about your feelings? 30 seconds.
Thank you, my dear brother Toufiq Zohur. It's just an amazing privilege to be here among all these amazing and wonderful talents. And I think poetry is a reflection of the soul transformed into the shape of art. So this program shows the the talent of the world, and this world is full of poetry, art, marvels, and all that is reflected in your marvelous program, the world poetry. Congratulations, my brother, and thank you for having me here one more time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Congratulations to all.
wonderful poet. Thank you very much. God bless you too. Now I'm asking the same question to Til Kumari Sharma. What do you think about poetry, about today's program, about your feelings? 30 seconds. Til Kumari Sharma.
Yeah, thank you. Today's program is very nice that helps to make us the unification of the literary people in the world. And in reality, I think that poetry is a rocket to fly in the universe, imagination and the creation. Totally creative and new imagination from the every mind. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Til Kumari Sharma. Now I'm asking our new guest and new poet, Thi New Mai from Vietnam. What do you think about poetry, about today's program, about your feelings? Thi New Mai, 30 seconds.
Uh, Hello. Thank you for having me today. At first, I was very nervous because I'm very shy in general. Worry about the connections, and but luckily everything went quite smoothly. I love poetry, um, and the language in general. This program is amazing. It's beautiful, and it's a bridge to connect people. And today, I'm so happy to know all of you, and I hope that we can make some connections so that we can exchange some information or do some translate or introduce each other somehow so that we can spread out to everyone else. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Poetess THI NHU MAI, for your beautiful presentations and the speech you have to delivered. Now I am asking our Bengali poetess Sanchari Goswami. Sanchari, you know today Bengali, English, Turkey, Arabic, Tunisian, and Spanish language are speaking the poet and poetry today. And you know this is a very, I think this is your first time in the introducing in the different language from the different part of the peoples have joined this program. So what do you think about poetry, about your feelings about this program? Sanchari Goswami.
First, about today's program, it's actually a great honor to be here today, and I think this program is very successful because here, although we are divided because of the language of conversation, but we are united by the language of poetry, which is I think is universal. So that's I think about today's program, and that is why it should continue forever if it can. And then about poetry, my feeling is like every other form of art, it should communicate something to the people who hear it or who sees the form of art. So there should be some kind of communication when someone says something, and I think it's kind of a bridge. So we should always try to communicate, we should always try to speak the language of the general people or about nature, whatever. So that's my feeling.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sanchari Goswami, for your beautiful speech. Finally, the last round is present now, and I'm going to giving the floor to my elder sister. We are working togetherly last 3 years. My elder sister, Dr. Gita Mohanty. Dr. Gita Mohanty, you know, the world is different part of the world and different language around the world. There are so many people written poetry, but their language is different. But the poetry is one language, that is the common language. This language we are calling poetry language. So today we have to use in 6 languages from different part of the countries of the world. But these 6 languages, মানে, this six language after mixing to create a new mythoscria, that is the poetry language. So my dear sister, elder sister, Dr. Gita Mohanty, would you please say to us that what your feelings about the poetry, about feeling about today's program, about your feelings, and after your after your delivery speech, this program will be end. So you start, you can say something about today's program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Tofik, for providing me this opportunity to share this platform, wonderful platform. And to me, poetry is nothing but it's a pure language of love. It's the silence to feel, and it's the emotion stored in the heart, and it's the thoughts for the mind, and it's the food for the soul, and it's the very well connecting vibes for the humankind. And about this today's program, I would say it was amazing, and across the world so many different languages, but I never felt anything unknown. Their rhythm, their vibe touched all of us. And a great thanks to you, because you are the source who is connecting all the world people in one platform, bringing them, sharing their minds and hearts with all the listeners and viewers. And so you have been doing this since long, and a big hand for you. It goes that I mean, I'm so grateful for this opportunity to have here and share my thoughts. And thank you so much. Let it continue.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Dr. Gita Mohanty, for your beautiful speech you have to delivered. Yes, we believe one thing then before 4 years ago when we started this program, we had a slogan, the sky of poetry is one and the poetry has no boundaries. Till today we believe this, so that we are working until our death. We want to continue the program with all of you. And today I am very much happily declared one thing, that we have a another poetry organization, that is pop, the fashion of poetry. It's the founder, uh, Aniti Tarple. She is the founder of this organization, and just 3 days before, we have crossed the member of 90,000. And I am happily declared that two of the important admin, Dr. Gita Mohanty and Cristian Romero Diaz, is also present today. I am also working there beside my elder sister, Dr. Gita Mohanty. So thank you, Dr. Aniti. Anit Tarple, for your great successful, and hope you will continue to your organization, and we are working also with you. Thank you very much for joining with us, and I will continue to invite you more and more times. Thank you, my dear brother Sheikh Nasser Al Ahmed, and both in you, my Turkan Ergor, Til Kumari Sharma, Cristian Romero Diaz, my dear elder sister, Dr. Gita Mohanty, and our new friend and the new our journey mate. I also always said that our new journey mate is Sanchari Goswami. Congratulations for joining, and hope we will see you in the next program. Thank you very much. See you again. Good day, good morning, good noon, and good afternoon, and good night.